All the Blues TV catching up with Head Coach Luke Webster. Lukey, we're 6 rounds in and just coming off the bye. How have you reviewed the first 6 weeks?
Yeah, look, it's probably an even first 6 weeks. We won the first 3 and then dropped 3 games in a row. But those first 3, I thought we played some good footy. Again, we probably weren't consistent all the way through those games, but credit to the boys, we were able to obviously round 1 come back from behind against Williamstown, 37 points, and then second round against Frankston, we were in control for most of the day, and then Frankston started to come at us and actually got in front, and we ended up getting over them again, and then same again at Western Bulldogs. Obviously Footscray, we were in control early, and then they came at us again, but credit to our group that they fought their way through it. But after that, we come up against a good side in Werribee, and we had some personnel changes and probably didn't have the right attitude going into the game, just thought it was going to happen for us, and obviously got beaten, well beaten. And then, Coburg was a really tough, hard game, and Coburg came ready to play, and, we had our chances. We probably missed opportunities that day to obviously get the win. And then on the weekend, I thought against Casey, we showed some signs that we could play really good footy. The conditions weren't great, and it was a hard slog all day, and, again, we missed some opportunities throughout the game, and late in the last quarter to really capitalise on some opportunities we should have taken to win the game. But I thought in terms of the effort that the boys gave for 4 quarters was really tremendous, and hopefully we can take some of that into this week against Essendon and hopefully get the W.
As mentioned, what was the focus going through the bye, and how did you manage the boys in that week off?
Yeah, look, we've been up for a fair long time at the moment. So, when the pre-season and all that sort of started, we've been up for a while. So this week, just gone, leading into the bye, was obviously a bit of a look at doing a little bit of a deloading week, take a bit of pressure off the boys and have a look at things that we need to improve on and things where we can get better as a group. Our development team has only dropped the 1 game, so they're a part of our group as well, and they've been going really well and sitting on top of the ladder. So those guys have been playing some really good footy along the way, and there's still things that they need to improve on. But as a group, we really focus in on what things we need to improve on and where we want to get to and what we want to get out of this next phase after the bye. Obviously we play Essendon on the weekend and then the state game, so it's a little bit interrupted, but we focused on things we need to improve on and where we need to get better, but also give the boys a chance to obviously just deload them a little bit. We had a really good session on Friday, really long, hard session on Friday, giving the weekend off, ready to go, obviously running into this week.
Obviously, as you said, there have been some personnel change between the first 3 weeks and up to the next 3. Have you highlighted areas that the group have probably strayed away from between those 2-3 weeks?
Yeah, look, obviously the personnel change in terms of losing a few key Carlton blokes. You lose senior blokes at that level at Carlton that have got their opportunities at Carlton there, which has been really good for us. But obviously we've got young kids coming through in the Nick Grahams and the Paddy Cripps and those guys, and they've had to step up. And I thought they did that for those games through that little period where we weren't going that well, and really try to lead from the front for young kids like Paddy Cripps in his first year, and guys like Nick Graham who's in his second, and a couple of the other guys like Luke Reynolds and Blaine Johnson, Cam Giles. Those guys are all in their first year. Having to step up and start to become leaders. I thought they took some steps in the last game against Casey, but, again, inexperience can cost you sometimes. But, I thought the Casey game, the guys tried to work their way through it as much as they could, but it gave opportunities at Northern Blues land to guys to bring in and show that they can play at the game. We brought in Mike Dufficy, who played against Casey. I think he even might have played against Coburg, to give him a crack to see how he'd go as a forward line, and we're going to continue to keep giving him a go. We got to give these guys an opportunity to see if they can make it at their level. Sam Catapan, who's came in, who played as a 23rd player and has stayed in after that because of the performances he's been playing. So guys like that, again, getting an opportunity and showing that he's worth it. Jesse Tardio the last 2 weeks played as our 23rd. Has played some really good footy through the midfield, and all the likely guys, bringing back our captain Brent Bransgrove and that sort of stuff. So we are adding guys in once we lose Carlton personnel, but again, we've got to continue to build and play good, consistent footy.
And on that happier note that you mentioned before, you must be stoked with the position that the development side find themselves in at the moment, and from a team point of view, but also from an individual point of view, with several guys putting their hand up to play senior footy?
Yeah, definitely, and that's what you want as a club. Adrian's been really good with his group, and the development boys have been terrific with their spirit and playing for each other. And that's what you want as a group. You want guys that are in that second team or in the development team pushing to get into the senior team, which then makes the senior guys work extra hard to make sure that they hold their spots. So, it's been terrific that every week Adrian's been able to go to there's 5, 6, 7 blokes that could put their hand up to play games of footy, and that's great for the club, and it shows that we've got some good depth going through there. So, we need to continue to keep those guys going and give them the opportunity when they come.
And last of all, we've got Essendon this week. What's the focus going into Saturday?
Yeah, look, obviously, continue to build on the footy that we've played over probably the last couple of weeks. Yes, we haven't got the wins, but I think the group again, given that there are a little bit of inexperience with a couple of first year guys and guys trying to make their way in VFL, again to continue to play really good, hard, consistent footy. We know we're going to be up against it with obviously Essendon. They're a quality team. I watched them on the weekend and against Port Melbourne. I watched there a couple of games before that. So they've got some good quality AFL players and got some good quality VFL guys that we're going to have to really look after and make sure we're right on our game. But, we're looking to go in and have a really good hard contest. And as I said, all the way through, we really need 4 quarters of consistent hard footy, and hopefully we can get the job done.
Maybe best of luck for the weekend. Thanks for your time.
No worries. Thanks, mate.